Let's see if it's worth your time.
Do you remember when the internet completely lost its mind over a game that everyone called Pokemon with Guns? When the first trailers dropped, most people laughed, and some thought it would get sued. Others believed it was just another internet meme that would disappear within a week. But nobody expected what happened next. Within just 8 hours, Palworld sold over 1 million copies. 24 hours later, that number doubled. In only 6 days, it crossed 8 million sales. Soon after, it became one of the most played games in Steam history, reaching more than 2 million concurrent players. For an indie studio with fewer than 60 developers, those numbers were almost impossible to believe. But here's the interesting part. Breaking records is one thing, keeping players invested is something completely different. After spending more than 2 years in early access, Palworld has finally reached version 1.0. So today, we're looking back at the incredible journey of Palworld, what made it such a massive success, how Pocketpair kept its community engaged, and whether now is finally the perfect time to jump into the game. Let's get started. When Palworld first launched in January 2024, people expected a joke. What they got instead was one of the most addictive survival games in recent years. At first glance, it looked familiar. Cute creatures, a colourful world, monster collecting. But after just a few minutes of playing, it became clear that this wasn't trying to copy Pokemon. It was doing something completely different. Imagine combining creature collecting, survival crafting, open world exploration, factory automation, base building, multiplayer, boss battles, and firearms into a single experience. That's exactly what Palworld delivered. The biggest difference was how your creatures, known as pals, actually became part of your daily survival. They weren't just companions that followed you around. Some generated electricity, some watered your crops, some worked inside factories. Others helped craft weapons, transport resources, or defend your base. Every pal had a purpose. As your collection grew, your base slowly transformed into a living ecosystem where every creature contributed to your survival. That simple idea made Palworld feel completely fresh.
Still here? I like that. Hit that subscribe button and join the PlayRift universe. We've got a lot more worlds to explore.
It gave players something worth sharing. Every day, social media was flooded with hilarious clips, players accidentally burning down their own bases, penguins running production lines, friends launching each other across the map, entire factories powered by adorable creatures. Every player had a different story, and those stories became free marketing. Instead of telling people why they should play Palworld, the community did it for them. Every funny clip on TikTok, every Twitch stream, every YouTube video, every Reddit post, they all created one giant loop that kept bringing new players into the game. That's something many developers spend millions trying to achieve. Palworld managed to do it almost naturally. Of course, no game is perfect. Once the excitement settled down, players started noticing the cracks. The late game lacked depth. Base AI could be unreliable. Workers occasionally got stuck. Pathfinding wasn't always consistent. Performance issues appeared in larger bases. And after dozens of hours, many players felt there wasn't enough meaningful endgame progression to keep them invested forever. This was the moment where many early access games begin to fade away. Players move on. Developers go silent. And the game slowly disappears. But Pocketpair chose a different path. Next 2 years, update after update added new content, improved systems, expanded the world, introduced new pals, refined gameplay mechanics, and responded to community feedback. One decision stood out to me. Pocketpair openly said they didn't expect players to stay online every single day. Instead, they encouraged players to take breaks and return whenever major updates arrived. That's a surprisingly honest approach in a world where many games are designed to keep you logging in every single day. It showed confidence. Instead of trying to force engagement, they focused on making the game better. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons the community continued supporting them. Now, after more than 2 years of development, Palworld has officially left early access with version 1.0. This isn't just another update. It's a milestone. It represents everything Pocketpair has learned since launch. The game feels more polished, the progression feels more complete, the world feels richer, and the overall experience is far more refined than it was back in 2024. If you played Palworld during its original launch, you'll immediately notice how much smoother everything feels today. If you stopped playing because you thought the game lacked long-term content, this might be the perfect time to return. And if you've never played it before, honestly, there's never been a better time to start. What's even more impressive is that despite Palworld's incredible success, Pocketpair decided not to increase the game's price when it officially launched version 1.0. Instead, they described it as their way of thanking the community that supported them throughout early access. That's a rare decision in today's gaming industry. So, is Palworld 1.0 worth playing? Absolutely. It's not a perfect game, but it's one of the most creative survival games I've ever played. Pocketpair took a bold idea, listened to its community, and turned it into one of the biggest indie success stories in gaming. That earns Palworld a PlayRift score of 9.4 out of 10. Highly recommended. If you've been waiting for the right time to jump into Palworld, this is it. Now I want to hear from you. What's your PlayRift score for Palworld? Drop your rating in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review, join the PlayRift universe for more honest game reviews, hidden gems, and gaming stories. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next adventure.